The following radio program you're about to listen to is provided to you, the listener, by Inked Geek Studios. Get this and other great shows at inkedgeekstudios.com. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mind of a Geek. I am your host, Nate, and I am joined, as always, by Brandon.
Hey.
Brandon, how are you?
I am
Brandon.
all right.
You are all something. It is another week of podcasting. It is another week of talking about things. So I will kind of preface and disclaim at the very top of the show here. Our guest this evening is a good friend of mine, and I guess becoming a good friend of Brandon's.
We're not friends.
He's
Let's
a cool,
not oversell it.
He's a cool guy. He's a great conversationalist, and it's going to be a great episode. That being said, it's going to be very off the rails. Something offensive might be said.
Why do you need to qualify it with all that?
Huh?
Just let it go where it goes.
Because I do.
Nah, nobody cares.
It's the setup.
What is
You
this?
you broke my chain. I was getting to something. Never mind. Tony, welcome to the show.
What it do?
I don't know. What does it do?
I don't know.
Does
You
it
tell
come with
me.
instructions?
It's your show.
So, yeah, welcome on, man. Good to have you on. I guess I'm gonna let you to listen. If I'm gonna get you to listen to one of our episodes, it's gonna be by having you on the goddamn show.
I mean, look, I'm just trying to be as good as Abby was last week.
I don't think anyone's gonna get there.
I mean, you're probably right.
I think we're all fucked.
This will either be your best episode ever or one that you delete from the history books.
Well, it's certainly not gonna be the worst. I can promise you that. It's already not the worst.
We can change that.
It already has no possibility of being the worst. So now, if you've been on this,
accepted.
so now if you've been on this show, and you're listening to this episode, you will have it in the back of your mind. Fuck, was it my episode?
Do you think people who have been on this show go back and listen to our catalog?
Actually, we've gained.
I realize, but like
I've been back.
those that we talk of, those that we speak of.
We know they had a good episode.
Yes.
No. If I were to guess, the one I have in mind, I think still listens.
And who would that be?
It might be you. Not you.
What?
Not,
I'm-
no,
I
because you
never
don't,
listen
no,
to
'cause
that
you
show.
don't
You.
listen.
You, the listener.
You, the listener.
You know who you
Oh,
are.
fair enough.
You
I
know
guess.
who you are.
No, I'm just fucking around at this point. I don't know. All
I'm
Geeked Up
not.
was totally off the rails. So anyway, so Tony,
So's this one.
you
So Tony,
you don't do anything social media wise other than Facebook.
I mean, I'm on Facebook, but really nobody wants to follow me on Facebook. I just post a bunch of bullshit.
I follow you on Facebook.
yeah, so do I.
You post
Yeah,
interesting
that's fair.
stuff. But no, but you're part of the Destiny group. We game together.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a guy who likes playing video games and likes good food and good drink.
Well, there you go. And
that's-
to back that up, you make your own food and your own drink.
I do. Today I smoked some ribs. That was a 6-hour long process.
So do
I've
you
got-
kill the victim beforehand, or
You laugh, but all of our pork here in Vegas comes from pig farms that are on the outskirts of Vegas. So
I was making like a Hannibal Lecter joke.
So your pork, like your prostitutes, are all locally sourced.
of course, I could like they feed the pigs at these pig farms the scraps from the buffets from the strip, and I got to tell you, man, I've had pork at a lot of places around the country, and nothing compares to Vegas pork.
That could be said about a lot
So
of things. in
nothing
Vegas, I
compares
guess.
to getting porked in Vegas.
So
Apparently,
what happens in Vegas really stays in Vegas.
Yeah, it's like its own circle of life.
Yeah. What you don't eat
it
gets
is
fed to the pigs.
it is the pig centipede
So
of barbecue.
So the scraps that are being fed to the pigs from the restaurants in Vegas, do they get their meat locally sourced? So like So,
I honestly don't have any
so
idea.
like, is Fred possibly
I don't
eating
work in a
Hank?
restaurant on the strip.
Is Fred eating Hank from the night before?
I mean, hell, they could be feeding the pigs leftover pork scraps from the buffet from the night before. Either way, it's delicious.
Man, this fucking feed tastes a lot like Jim. I haven't seen Jim in a few days.
Fuck Jim.
Jim.
And at least you were correct. It was on Dirty Jobs.
I saw that episode.
So you were giving us some crap in the pre-show in regards to how us Northerners, us New Englanders, don't know.
Yeah, no.
Well, before you go any further,
I love New England. All right, I was
I
there
don't.
once, and I loved it. And I will say this by saying I don't know what the hell I was eating beforehand, but it was not clam chowder.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it's kind of
yeah,
like Italians. You can't get a good Italian outside of New England either. You can't. A real Italian is native to here.
Okay,
It's not native to
whatever.
Italy?
We'll agree to disagree on that one. However, I also had some barbecue while I was there in New England, and I got to tell you, buddy, your barbecue is kind of sad.
Now, okay, now hold on though. So now you're right. Like when you talk about 4th of July and
Well,
barbecue.
wait. You say that he's right, but we don't even know to what he's referencing.
Well, no, because
I need to know
do.
how he barbecues.
Well,
Well, you do, but that doesn't help the listener.
Right? No, it doesn't.
How I barbecue is low and slow. You get an offset, a smoker where your heat is indirect.
Yeah,
So
and that's exactly what I said pre-show. That's how I would barbecue.
Right. See, and I think what he's referencing is how
that's not how the restaurant I went to that advertised themselves as a barbecue place.
A lot of people, when they think barbecue, they think like, on 4th of July, you're doing a cookout, you're doing a barbecue. Like a barbecue is just cooking on a grill.
Right. Well, my question to you is, if you went to a restaurant in New England, did you go to a chain or did you go to an actual restaurant that was,
I Googled it. I was like Boston barbecue, and it came up this point.
No.
Came up with a spot that had 5 stars, and so I went with me and my wife, and we were both kind of like, these ribs are decent, but they boiled them. Like you can taste the difference between boiled ribs and really smoked ribs, and they boiled the ribs.
You fly out, and I'll take you to local businesses that do barbecue, and I will
Let's do it. I will throw down anytime.
Let's go. I'm ready.
I will throw down my barbecue against any barbecue in New England.
Bring the mead. Let's go.
That's your payment.
What's it cost to fly out here? I'll buy you a ticket and feed you.
I mean,
I'll even get you laid. Nate's ready.
I'm married. Well, I mean, Nate doesn't count, so that's
To a
worse.
guy? Have you ever had a guy like Nate?
And Zita, I got to tell you a story about those boiled ribs because they may alone be disgusting, but you can make them work. And here's how.
What is your stance on chili?
Me and chili have a very. Chili is such an ambiguous dish. Some people, like, you get into Texas, they're telling you that chili is only meat and spices, and that's it. I generally disagree with that. I like beans in my chili. You gotta have
agree.
meat.
What I do
like
like
the
about
beans in my
chili is that it can
I like
be whatever
the,
you
the
want it
peppers.
to be.
I like corn.
Yep, corn is good. Beans and corn, I agree, have to be in chili if it's going to be chili that I like. But I'm on this never-ending quest to find chili that doesn't taste like Hormel. And no matter where you go, you get that Hormel flavor, and it's just the saddest thing.
So Texans are technically right in that chili is technically supposed to be meat and no beans. I think that's very narrow-minded.
Like Texas.
So here's how I do my chili, and this is Annalise, I gotta disagree with you. Veggie chili is the one thing where I will call it not chili. Here's how I do my chili. You take 2 pounds of your ground beef or lamb or any combination that you like there.
I like turkey chili.
Turkey is nothing but turkey is such a bland meat that turkey is nothing but a delivery system for spices.
Exactly. That's why I like it.
Yeah, give me beef or lamb. So you take your ground beef or your ground lamb or your combination. You're going to throw in some tomato paste, some crushed tomatoes, pinto beans, your kidney beans, and your chickpeas if you're into that. I kind of am.
I'm into chickpeas.
Yeah, no, they're good, and they soak up a lot of flavor.
But again, that's why I like turkey, because the spicier the better.
Amy's nailed it right there. Bison is on point. Then you add my secret blend of spices that essentially boils down to chipotle, paprika, and California cayenne. From there, I'm not going to tell you what else I add to it because you can figure that out on your own. You go with
It really sticks to the roof of your mouth, doesn't it?
You go with some jalapenos, some Anaheims, and some poblanos, and you want to roast them all. That's the key right there. Is you roast them with garlic and butter, and then you chop them up, put them in the pot. You let it simmer for about half an hour, and that's how you make $20 chili.
Cool.
Well, I'm ready to stop the show. You transcribe all that, right? And then I'll just go make it.
Or you come out to Vegas, and I just make you some chili.
Yeah, I can do that, I suppose.
I think a Vegas trip would be cool.
This guy, if we showed up in Vegas, what the fuck are you doing here?
No, Tony's nothing like that.
No?
I don't think.
No. Tony's very, very accommodating. He'll be like, "Oh, hey guys, come on in. You want to have some barbecue?"
Tony now speaks in the third.
It's true. So unfortunately, the state of my beer fridge is pretty sad. I've got 4 cans, all local, but my kegerator's full.
The water?
The kegerator.
That a refrigerated keg?
3 of them. 3 taps, 3 5-gallon corny kegs full of my own beer.
Nice. Very cool. So I don't want to go quite into alcohol yet because I have a feeling that's going to be the little bit longer of a conversation.
Oh no, it is.
But you were getting ready to go more into your brand of barbecue, and then we sidetracked with chili.
Yeah, no, it's simple. It's low and slow. Like the ribs I did today were super easy. You'll take a rack of ribs, and on the back of a St. Louis cut of ribs, and that's where the chine bone has been cut off. Kansas City keeps the chine bone. It's a little bit extra meat, but really you're not missing much. So you take a St. Louis cut of ribs, and you give it a rub. I go a modified Texas rub, which is salt and pepper, which is very Texas. That's what they do down there. And then I add paprika for some color, a little bit of chili pepper for some heat, onion and garlic powder. That's my rub. None of the measurements are exact. It's all a smidgen of that.
Right.
Smidgen of that. You do need a spray bottle full of wine for this recipe. You're gonna get your offset cooker, your smoker going to 275 degrees. You'll throw the ribs in there with a pan of water. That is key. If you don't have a pan of water in your smoker, you end up with dry barbecue.
Dry meat.
No, I don't inject the rub. I just rub it on the outside for ribs because there's not a whole lot of meat on ribs. That a dry rub will be just fine. Maybe a little olive oil to make it stick, but generally no. Now a bigger piece of meat like a brisket or a pork shoulder, I'll inject it or I'll brine it overnight. A turkey, that you're gonna brine that, but no, for ribs, just rub it.
I like that. It makes me feel good about the way that I cook with that. Some of the I don't barbecue, but with some of the techniques that you use, they are familiar to techniques. That's what I do. Like if I just want a quick steak and I want it easily flavored, that's exactly what I'll do. Is I'll rub the steak tips in like olive oil and then like cover them in a rub, so it just sticks to it, and I'll just cook them up that way, and that's always a good steak.
Yeah, it's small cuts of beef or meat don't really need an injection. They don't need a brine because they're gonna be the flavor from the rub will penetrate during the cook time. So then for the first 3 hours of the this is a long process. For the first 3 hours of the smoke, you're just putting the ribs in the smoker at 275. I like applewood or almond wood for pork. I know people who swear by mesquite, but I have issues with mesquite and the off flavors that it can produce if not properly managed.
No, I prefer applewood. I don't like mesquite.
For pork, applewood is the way to go, I think. So you'll do that for 3 hours. Every 20 minutes, you're going to open up the smoker and you're going to spritz it with that spray bottle of red wine. Keep in mind, you don't want to keep it open too long because if you're looking, you ain't cooking. After 3 hours, you'll pull it out. You'll pull the ribs out and you'll wrap them in tin foil with more red wine, and the barbecue sauce of your choice. I make my own. Today was a Sailor Jerry's base sauce.
See, I wanted to
this-
ask you that if barbecue sauce was blasphemous to you, where it's a dry rub world, or not.
So here's my grand overarching philosophy on barbecue and sauce. The meat should stand on its own. It shouldn't need the sauce. That being said, if you want sauce, have sauce. The sauce should complement the meat.
Well, I'm
I
glad
add
you're
the
at
meat.
least not hoity-toity about it, like ketchup in fucking Chicago.
Nah, do what you feel tastes good. Do it.
If it
I'm
feels
not
right,
here to
just
judge.
do it.
Right.
You like that wink? I winked at you.
Yeah. Saw that.
So after 2 hours of being wrapped in the tinfoil, well, that's with all that moisture. What that's going to do is it's going to essentially steam the ribs, and that's where you're going to get your tenderness from. The collagen's going to kind of melt and lubricate the meat, and then you're going to pull it out of the tinfoil or the butcher paper, whatever you're using to wrap it with, and you're going to throw it back in the smoker for another hour at 275 with more smoke. Now, when you have it wrapped, you don't necessarily need to use applewood. Like today, I use just lump charcoal because the tinfoil is going to keep the smoke from getting on it anyway, so it's a waste of wood. Just use lump charcoal; it'll be fine. Stay away from briquettes, though. They usually have chemicals in them that taste terrible.
I was curious about that. So, because for me now, I love the idea of slow cooking because you definitely get more flavor out of it and usually more tender meat.
Yeah.
So, I'll do the closest thing that I do that you could even remotely compare to what you do is if I have a nice thick cowboy steak, I will get the grill grates really hot to sear the outside, and then what I will do is I will put the cowboy steak on one of the grates where the burner is completely off, and then I will turn the heat up on either side of it, and then that way it doesn't have the direct heat, and the steak will cook on the grill for like 45 minutes to an hour, because I'm talking like a 2.5 inch thick steak.
Right, and that's kind of what you want to do to get to your medium rare, still pink in the middle.
Right.
Yeah, and that's
goodness.
exactly what we achieved the last time we picked those up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm really, when it comes to food, anyone that knows me and spends excessive amount of time with me in eating establishments knows that I am very bland and very picky. When I don't.
I remember when we went to the barbecue joint in Utah.
Yeah, I don't like.
You were so confused about what to order and what to do.
Yeah, I don't like condiments. I don't like ketchup and mustard.
Yeah.
Which
is so crazy and foreign because I'll just put anything in my mouth.
I know. But yeah, no, and and it's for whatever reason. I've had someone who told me yeah, it's your parents' fault because they didn't make you eat things. Like you ruled the roost at the dinner table, so you never were forced to experience.
My mother, it was a try it once, and if you don't like it, that's fine. But I've tried everything. You are a mashed potato and pepper kind of guy.
Oh, I love my.
But I can't knock
potatoes.
that because potatoes are really
It's the main thing.
the best.
Yeah.
Now I wonder when it comes to barbecue and maybe regionally speaking, I don't know. So you're in the South. Annalise is in the South. It's hot.
I'm not
well,
really in the South.
Southwest, sir.
Midwest.
Yeah.
All right,
no,
well,
not even mid. I'm in the West.
Do we need to split hairs about it?
I'm from San Diego. That is the Southwest for sure.
He's from St. Diego.
Are you in the desert right now?
I am in the desert right now.
Well, things are hot, right? Humid.
Things are hot.
Not humid in the desert. But,
Not humid at all.
but hot. So maybe we're all just moving a little slower, a little bit more relaxed. It's always nice. Whereas in the north here, it's cold, it rains. Gotta go.
And when it's hot, it's humid as fuck.
It's getting dark soon.
Yeah.
Hurry up and cook that. We gotta eat and go to bed.
Not only that, but it's also, I think it's
people in Georgia are also idiots.
yeah.
I said it.
See, but
Throwing
I also,
down.
But
I don't give a
see,
damn.
but see,
Come at me, bro.
I mean, we don't need to like pick hair or pull
Split
hairs.
hairs?
Split hairs. Thank you. I was trying to look for the verb there.
I know, I said south. So people consider the South, like Florida's not the South, right?
Well, that's the thing.
But it's
No,
like
they're the
Alabama, Georgia, and those surrounding states.
right,
yeah?
because it's south as in it's down south, but it's not south as in southern.
Right. That's
Like it's not
exactly.
it's not like backwards Bible Belt.
Exactly, and that's not what I was
Right.
trying
like
to get at.
Texas isn't backwards.
What I was
Bible
getting
Belt.
at was that we're in Maine, it's cold, and you people are
I thought
all
the
in
dividing
places
line
that are
was
hot.
whoever revolted in the Civil War was
What do you
like
mean?
the South.
What do you mean, you people?
Like the Mason Dixon line. That was the South.
I wanted to say Mason-Dixon line, but I'm not sure where that goes. Like how far west it goes.
Yeah, and I don't really like. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, cultural South.
Cultural
That's
South.
not what I was talking about.
Right. I don't plan meals that often. Like the only time.
Oh man, I wake up and I'm thinking about dinner.
Yeah. See, the only time that I ever really extensively
Like for me,
plan meals,
like
if it's podcast night for Brandon and I, but like we both have when we used to both have Mondays off, and Monday was the show night originally. Like that's what we would do. We would both have Mondays off, so it's like, all right, let's grab some tips, fire up the grill, and dinner was planned, and $50-$60 was dumped into dinner, for like a long planned out thing. But
Man,
the kids
breakfast and lunch for me are like on autopilot. It's like eggs and bacon maybe, or eggs and something, and then for lunch it's like a sandwich. But dinner is where I do my best work.
Dude, and again, I eat out a lot. I mean, what can I say? I'm good at it. But I have recently discovered Subway breakfast sandwiches. Those things are a thing of no, they are so good.
Oh,
They're so
that just
good.
sounds terrible.
Well, no, exactly. That was my thought. Like, I don't do Dunkin' Donuts breakfast sandwiches. I don't do McDonald's breakfast sandwiches. But like, I was really hungry one morning, and I went and see the big perk to me is, and as you probably know this from the week at Nerdtacular, I only eat white American cheese. So when it comes to like your McDonald's or your Dunks or most other places where you can get a breakfast sandwich, I can't get a bacon, egg, and cheese because even if they have American, it's yellow. So I went to Subway. I got it on their flatbread. It's egg, and it's not fake egg. It's egg. So it's egg, bacon, American cheese, and pepper. Like that's it on a flatbread. So it's really simple, and it's really fucking good. So yeah, and it's cheap too. It's like $3. See, but there's also, and I like the difference in dynamic. Like you were saying, like you're thinking about and planning dinner, like right when you wake up in the morning, and it's interesting that because that's how I was before I had kids. Like it was like, okay, what am I doing? I have all day to plan and do things like grilling. I won't say barbecuing, but like grilling would be an event. Where like I would have friends over and we'd get a whole bunch of steaks and hot dogs and fire up the grill and and have our beers and hang out on the deck and stuff like that. Like that was a thing. And now it's like, I mean, I can't even sit and really enjoy it anymore. Plus, I don't smoke anymore, so I don't like hang out on the grill with a cigarette. Like you can't like when I used to smoke. Like I would sit there and grill with a cigarette butt in my mouth. I can't really do that with a vape.
I don't know. I literally drank all day today. I'm 10 or 11 beers in on my first glass of whiskey. Like literally all day, just sat there and drank and managed the took care of the fire. You guys want the recipe for my barbecue sauce?
That would be awesome. Now, is this something that you would be willing to publicly share? Like, can we put something in show notes for listeners?
Sure.
Okay.
Fuck.
All right.
I stole this from the internet somewhere.
Oh, okay. All right. Tony's barbecue sauce.
This is Tony's stolen Sailor.
Well, it
Jerry's
is from Vegas, so.
Yeah, it's 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1 medium onion diced, 3 garlic cloves crushed, 1 cup of brown sugar, half a cup of Sailor Jerry's spice rum, or your Captain Morgan will work too.
Captain.
Or any other spiced rum. I prefer Sailor Jerry's. I think it has a more flavorful alcohol.
Because, you know why? It's just he's just a sailor. He didn't spend all that time becoming captain, so he was able to put more time into his rum.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's how that works.
That's why Mr. Pibb is better than Dr. Pepper, because he didn't waste all that time in medical school.
No, he's a lot more relaxed and not stressed out.
Exactly.
More time.
Just casual.
He doesn't have all those college bills. He can focus on his soda.
Sailor Jerry flies casual.
All right. Back to potions class.
Then after your Sailor Jerry's, you're gonna put in half a cup of the hot sauce of your choice. I prefer Cholula, but I'm also Mexican trash, so do as you will.
I wouldn't knock it. It's pretty fucking good.
Then you're gonna go with half a cup of ketchup, half a teaspoon of ground cloves. Now be careful with those cloves. You don't want to go too crazy with them because they will overpower everything. And when I mean everything, I mean everything.
No, but I also now is that something where you get the flavor of clove? Because I before they outlawed or banned them, I used to smoke clove cigarettes.
Yes, you will. That is the same flavor.
Yeah, I love clove. Clove is so good.
Then you're gonna add a quarter cup of your and I'm gonna get lit up for not pronouncing this correct or pronouncing it how somebody thinks is wrong, but you're gonna add a quarter cup of your Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
Whatever. I've been drinking. I can pronounce it however I want.
Your Worcester sauce.
You're gonna add yourself a smidgen of your ground mustard, and finally a quarter cup of soy sauce. You put all that in a saucepan and saute the onions until translucent. Put the rest of your ingredients in and just kind of simmer it for 10 to 15 minutes until it all kind of gets delicious. And then once it's all cooked together, you're going to want to throw that into a food processor to really puree the diced onions down. But really, that's up to you. You could just saute it for a while.
You can have some chunky barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine.
Now I will say, this is the interesting dynamic to me. Like, so that sounds good, right? But I can tell you, square on, there are like 5 or 6 things that you listed that I would tell you I don't like, right?
That's
so,
fine.
like, I don't like ketchup. I don't like soy sauce. I don't like garlic. Like, but
What?
yet. So now here's the thing with me, like something like that, right? Whereas.
I don't know how you get through life.
Now hold on. Now see. Now
I know, right?
I've dealt with this with family. I've dealt with this with exes. I've dealt with this with a lot of things. Whereas, if you make something and don't tell me what it's in it, I can eat it and probably it will be good. But the second I know, like if I'm trying something for the first time, the second I know there's something in it that I don't like the whole thing is ruined for me. Like it's definitely mind over matter.
It's a psychological thing for sure.
It surely is. Like that's my thing with pizza.
Because otherwise, like running through life, it would be like being shot at the whole time. The culinary equivalent of incoming.
Right. Like
it takes work to dodge all those flavors.
Let me ask you this: are you okay with a Carolina vinegar-based sauce?
I don't like vinegar. Now, vinegar is something that I know I don't like because I have dealt with the abomination that is vinegar on French fries, and I want to slap whoever does that.
That's my favorite.
It's horrible.
It's so good.
You want to know what my secret to French fries is? Powdered sugar.
Yeah.
Because I did it.
That actually sounds pretty damn good.
It is good.
Okay, so hold on. So quick back. So Funtown is a really shitty amusement park we have here in Maine, right?
That's
so
not that shitty.
You know,
It's
I was a fat kid in high school and stuff
We've
like that.
had good memories at Funtown.
So,
why are you shitting on it?
Because we had good memories. Funtown still blows ass.
No, it's fine.
Even Canopy Lake sucks compared to like Six Flags.
That's still fine.
Anyway, so I had ordered French fries and fried dough, like you do. And I was putting powdered sugar on my fried dough. I got some powdered sugar on my French fries, and I discovered it is the greatest thing ever.
Oh, it's good. But you know what's better?
Damn good.
Getting a spray bottle of vinegar and a fuck ton of salt on your fries.
There's just
now you're speaking my language.
Now see, and it's funny because when it comes to like just random odd things, like if I were to pick things, like one of my favorite items on an Italian sandwich. I know it's not a real Italian, but on a Subway sandwich. Is pickles, sour pickles, like Amato's sour pickles. Yeah. And yet I'm told what you're tasting the most in a deep sour pickle is the vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yet I will tell you I don't like vinegar.
But I will tell you that vinegar and those sour pickles, I love those sour pickles.
There is nothing better in this world than a good
vinegar, but you're not
pork
getting
sandwich
flavor.
with a delicious Carolina-style vinegar-based barbecue sauce. That is my little slice of heaven.
Oh, it's great. It just gives me the shits.
What I need to do is I need to find people, and like you were one of those people.
You just need to come to Vegas, and I will make for you barbecue.
Fortunately, like I do have some people that I associate with that are damn good cooks that I will trust what they make, because a lot of times, like, so again, like, and I'm exposing my pickiness here. But like, so like, you know, the whole like the cheese thing, right? But when we were at Nerdtacular, when we were up on the mountain, like I had that like deli sandwich with white American cheese on it, right? So, and I loved it. It was delicious. So yet when I was at BlizzCon and I had cheddar cheese on my burger, it was fucking disgusting. So my thing is
that is so crazy. That's all in your mind.
Well, so my thing
it really is.
Right, but my thing is like I don't think I think my thing is with cheap food, but I've gotten so used to the cheap food that's habit to me.
No, you like cheap food, yeah. That's what you're saying, right?
But when it comes to like I forgive. Like I can eat a shitty pack of nuggets from McDonald's and be fine with it.
Right, but that's my thing is your predisposition to like that stuff at this point.
I think that maybe what
So
it's
stepping outside of your comfort zone there and actually having the same thing but well done is
Right.
fucked up for you.
Right. Yeah. No, that's probably not. Like I ate fish sticks long before I ate actual fish.
Fish sticks and custard.
Oh my god!
Fish
We're
sticks
like my cousin Albie, right? Kid grew up eating McDonald's hamburger meat patties, not the bun, just the patties, and chicken nuggets. Eventually, fucking got like malnutrition. He had to start taking vitamins and crap because of the shit he wouldn't eat. That's you. That's you.
No, I
Albie, if you're listening, I'm sorry for putting all your shit out there on the internet. He's not listening. No one cares about you.
He's starved to death.
but but no, yeah, no, I like. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what was it? I mean, it was only 13 that like I started putting onions on my sandwich. I didn't care for onions before then, and I on a whim one day I'm like, fuck it, put onions on it, and I liked it.
Have you ever had like a nice Vidalia onion and just eaten it like an apple?
Nate, just come out to Vegas. We'll go on a food
But
tour.
yeah, see, but it's weird though, because like I like
See,
onion.
you say that, Tony. You should come to Maine. Like Portland is actually a really great place for food culture. You'd be surprised. Like per capita, the microbrews and restaurants here are amazing.
I'll freely admit, you guys have some great, and this will tie into my conversation about the problem with the craft brewing industry as of late. But you guys have some great chowder. Your seafood is fantastic. I will freely admit that.
We have great local iced coffee.
But your craft beer is trying to be a little too West Coast, in my opinion. But West Coast is trying to be too West Coast, in my opinion.
No, I don't get the reference. So do you want to explain a little?
No. So
I know I don't.
The craft,
Fuck you.
the craft brewing industry, in my opinion, the last couple of years has been really dominated by Southern California breweries. You got your Stones, you got your AleSmiths, you got your Ballast Points, and they're all making West Coast IPAs. Which, don't get me wrong, I love me a good West Coast IPA. They're over hopped, highly alcoholic, not very malty. Very good beers. They're very refreshing if that's what you're looking for. My problem is that because of how popular they are and how easy they are to make, every single brewery across the country is doing a West Coast IPA.
But isn't that
almost to the exclusion of everything else? There's so many other styles. Like I was super happy when New England IPA started to become a thing again. Homebrewers never forgot about it, about your hazy, more maltier cousin of the IPA.
Okay, well, that's
But
not
now-
what I'm seeing here. What I'm seeing here is a crisp, sour, hoppy beer, and I don't care for that. There's a place here called Mast Landing Brewery that makes a stout. Best stout
Yeah.
I've ever had in my life.
yeah? See, I like a really. I mean, almost like a really thick, dark beer. Like,
Right, me too. The
like
stuff like-
Sebago Brewing makes a dark stout called Hello Eights,
Yep.
which is delicious.
Yep. When you look at like Yes Brewing and Bissell Brothers, the one down here, and Foundation, like all of that stuff is not for me. I don't
So-
like it.
So what was it? Last December, my wife and I drank our way across Boston with a helpful tour guide of Amy Frost. We went
that
to
was right.
Harpoon Brewing.
That
we
was
went
the first time I met you. We didn't meet at Nerdtacular. I met you in Boston.
Yeah.
That's right. Because I played
Yeah.
10-foot cock and a few hundred virgins in
Of course
the car.
you did. I was
Yeah,
supposed
no,
to go to that, and I had to work.
Right.
Yeah.
We met up in Salem somewhere, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't Salem. It
no.
was that delicious restaurant.
We went to Harpoon. We went to Sam Adams. We went to a bunch of other breweries. We went to we went to a cidery up in Salem, a tap room up there as well. And from what I could tell, from when I was up there anyway, it was a lot of West Coast IPAs. And then, like, don't get me wrong, Harpoon Brewery, they do a fantastic West Coast IPA. I would put them on the same level as I put Ballast Point. That being said, I think regions should have their own flavor. Like if I go to Southern California, I want a nice hoppy Southern California beer. If I go to New England, I wouldn't mind having a nice a hazy malty New England IPA. If I go to Mexico, I want a really good Vienna lager. If I go to the Midwest somewhere, I want a good example of a Pilsner. That's all I want. I think that's a problem with the craft industry lately, is that they're trying to be too much like the big three and just kind of homogenize everything.
Yeah, but isn't that typically what just the West Coast does anyway? I mean, look at music, look at style. I mean, that's what you get popular in Southern California, and then that's what the rest of the country tries to do. I mean, like you had your Southern California, you had your pop punk that went massive for a while. Like everything. I mean, even my favorite band, Avenged, they're from Orange County. So
Blink 182 is from San Diego, my hometown.
Yeah. So that's kind of California is the cool place to be in this country, and that's usually what drives the culture. So
all I'm asking the craft industry to do is to be the thing that you were supposed to be, and that is the unique breweries that were regional and set yourselves apart from the big three: Coors, Miller, and Budweiser.
Who you are.
That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. No, yeah, like I said, I don't. So.
Oh, and Amy is right. Sam, I do have to plug this because I love this beer so much. Sam Adams does a brick red ale that is only served in Boston. That is probably one of the best examples of a Irish red that I've ever had.
I've never had it because I don't go drink in Boston.
I do love an Irish red.
Like, but she's told, because I'm like, when it comes to just going and getting a 6-pack or a 12-pack from the store, when it's not Halloween season, or now if it's not July, because they put Pumpkinhead on the shelves like halfway through summer because they love us.
Yeah, but fuck Pumpkinhead, man. Oktoberfest.
See, I don't like Oktoberfest.
I love it.
I like my pumpkin flavored beer.
I don't. No flavor.
I've got a pumpkin ale right now that's getting ready to go into kegs.
But yeah, Sam's Boston is probably my favorite pick for just grabbing a 6-pack and enjoying a beer. So yeah, see, no, Daryl's on board with you. Oktoberfest. I don't like Oktoberfest. I've tried it. I don't like. There's only two.
Have you ever been to Run of the Mill in Biddo?
No.
So they make their own Oktoberfest, and it comes in a growler. It's the best.
Oh yeah,
so good.
They the Oktoberfest and then their summer ale are the only two brews that Sam Adams makes that I don't like. I like their winter ale.
That's good beer.
I like the
Great beer.
Yeah, see, I like the sweet in the beer. Not always. Like I like my dark bitter beers. But see, and I don't like a light beer. Light beer I can't do. Like the summer I can't do.
So you would really like a black IPA. It's basically
I do like a black IPA. There are a couple around here that have their own have their own styles of it. Yeah, anything dark. Like when I was first got into like drinking, once I hit 21, like I was a Guinness guy. And then we have Guinness is mainstream. I know it's
no. Here's my opinion about Guinness.
About Guineas. Here's my opinion about
the Guineas. Goddamn Guineas.
Of the Guineas. No, and this is gonna be wildly unpopular. Guinness is crap in America. I've been to Ireland. I've gone to the Guinness brewery. It's fantastic, straight out of the tap. Anywhere in Ireland you get a Guinness, it's fucking great.
That's what
you get it.
Our mutual friend Jeremy's been there, and that's his favorite beer.
Yeah.
He says.
Yeah.
There are so many better examples of a dry Irish stout.
Right.
Off the top of my head, Samuel Smith makes.
Yeah, but
arguably a much better stout.
Can't that be said for anything though? Where if something has, like, I'm sure Sam Adams, even the Boston Lager from the brewery tastes better than anything out of a bottle off the grocery store shelf.
Yeah, but I would, I had bottled Guinness in while I was in Ireland. The bottled Guinness is better. It's just better over in Ireland. I've been to different bars in Ireland.
Yeah,
that were having Guinness.
I'm wondering if it's a recipe thing, because the Guinness that we buy over here, is it brewed and bottled over here?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I bet you that's it.
They changed their water profile to match that of Dublin, and they actually, because they don't brew Guinness in Dublin anymore, they brew it down south. They add minerals and whatnot to make the water like it was in Dublin.
Like,
that's not that big of an issue. The problem is that they have two different beers that they make. They make Guinness Draft, which is 4.2% ABV,
Or Guinness
and that's what-
Drought, if you're an idiot.
and that's what they serve in Ireland. And they have Guinness Import, which is what they export everywhere else.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So I
see,
spent
'cause-
all that time sending Tony all of my favorite breweries.
so like I don't have
Did.
I don't have a
I need
beer.
to go. I need to get back up to Maine. Apparently,
I don't have a beer comparison there, but like so. But when I used to drink soda a lot, my favorite soda is Dr. Pepper. Now, Dr. Pepper is based out of Texas, so the recipe was designed based off of how it tasted with Texas water. And if you, as much as I love Dr. Pepper, for when I had my first bottle of Dr. Pepper that was bottled. I almost said brewed because we're talking about beer, but that was bottled. That was bottled and shipped out of Texas, and not like brewed by Pepsi. It wasn't brewed by PepsiCo or brewed. It wasn't. It wasn't
Right.
bottled by PepsiCo. It wasn't bottled by Coke. It was bottled by the Dr. Pepper
Right.
company.
So I'll tell you this.
It is so much better than any other Dr. Pepper.
When I was a
can
kid,
you taste all 23 flavors?
Yes,
yes, you can. When I was a kid, there used to be a Coke plant in Presque Isle.
Yeah.
And my uncle, who lived in Arkansas, would come stay the summer with my grandparents. And he would drink nothing but Mountain Dew and eat maple walnut ice cream. But we would go to the plant and buy I said Mountain Dew. Nothing but Dr. Pepper. And we'd go to the plant and buy Dr. Pepper by the case. And he would never finish it, so I got to take it all at the end of the summer. Best fucking soda I've ever
Now
had.
this was, you said a Coke
It was a Coke bottling plant, yeah. It
in
wasn't
Presque Isle?
right.
See, now that's interesting. Now this was how long ago?
20-something years.
Okay, so it's been obviously a
Yeah.
while. Yeah. Okay, because actually, if you go
Hold on 1 second, Mister. Sorry, Reaper. We already discussed this about Mr. Pibb versus Dr. Pepper.
yeah.
Mr. Pibb just had more time to commit to making his flavor better.
No, now see, when it comes to local Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb, I prefer Pibb. Pibb is sweeter. And Pibb Extra is amazing. But yeah, Dr. Pepper. But you can't get you know where you can get Mr. Pibb around here? You can get it at Five Guys and Subway.
Yeah.
Everything
And
else is
strip
Dr.
clubs.
Pepper.
The first time I had Mr. Pibb was in Florida. I was like 15. I had no idea
Man,
what I was getting into.
the day that the day that McDonald's announced that they were adding Dr. Pepper to their soda menu was like the greatest day ever.
Right.
I was like, yes, I don't have to get fucking Coke at McDonald's anymore.
Oh, I do love Coke. I'm sad about the Orange High C, man. I used to get that.
I can't drink regular cola. But anyway, no. So
Neither can my mother.
what I was gonna say was that
Moxie
like,
or nothing.
So a lot of people don't realize it, but yeah, Dr. Pepper isn't owned by Pepsi or Coke. It's licensed. So that's why, like in Maine, it's like I mean, obviously 2-liter bottles are well. I mean, I guess now they're different because Coke has like
Right.
the bottle with
Right,
curves. So, but like in Maine, Dr. Pepper is in the Pepsi 20-ounce. If you go to New Hampshire, Dr. Pepper's in the Coke 20-ounce because they have So that's why it struck me as odd because obviously that was a while ago because at that time Coke must have had the license.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've heard that they bounced that back and forth. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was definitely the Coke plant because there was a Pepsi one there too, and that was literally next door. Whereas the Coke one was a bit of a ride.
Time to crack open another beer.
Nice. I am going back and forth between my beer and my iced coffee. It's probably not a good idea.
No, that won't bode well for you.
So we're now about to crack open Craft House. It's a local brewery here in Las Vegas, out in Henderson, and this is their sour beer. It's actually a really good sour.
So now I need to sneakily mail you a can at a time from all of those different places.
I won't turn it down.
No. Can I get away with that, mailman?
No. Now,
Sure.
here's a question.
Because that
If
people
we-
definitely mail booze to the house. That's happening.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to.
Well,
but
okay,
can I
now,
get away
wait,
with
no,
it?
with FedEx and UPS, you can.
Yeah,
With the Postal Service, you can't.
I see.
FedEx and UPS, you can
I
mail
know.
booze.
I've almost been ticketed.
Yeah, but with FedEx and UPS, I believe you can. As long as it's not for sale. If it's a gift, I believe you
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
Yeah.
They also have strict rules against it.
Against it?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was always told you could.
So
Because I
you
would-
have to try.
I've
so-
seen it
I
happen.
don't mail things that often. I only work for the post office. But when I was working
Yeah.
retail for a little
I-
while,
I
would-
know. I would have a webcam right now if you did.
Right. So, so when I worked retail for a little while, I remember my supervisor at the retail window saying, "If you want to mail booze, bring it to UPS." So
yeah, no, they also have strict rules against it because it's a federal law.
Hmm.
It's one of the
it's a federal law to sell it, but
no to mail it. Period.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's a hangover law from Prohibition.
Oh yeah, of course, like everything else.
Mailing booze. UPS does not accept shipments
Oh,
of beer
well-
or alcohol for delivery.
Okay, then
to
my supervisor was
consumers.
wrong.
Yeah,
UPS
no, but they don't
accepts
check nearly
shipments
as
of beer only
I've
among
been told.
selected
I haven't tried it yet,
states.
but they don't check nearly as
Oh, for delivery to consumers. So
So
like a company can mail it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I know that
I would
Honeymaker mails it all over the country. So
Right.
But they also have a business license,
Right.
and alcohol licenses and whatnot.
Craftbeertraders.com. Go to that website. Trade profit.
Yeah,
There you
it's
go.
still technically illegal to mail beer through UPS.
But
or,
I wonder with that, like, so they said that you can do it as a. So I wonder if you can just order it online and have them ship it to you.
well, apparently, if you use UPS or FedEx, it's against company policy to ship it. But if you use the USPS, it's highly illegal.
yes,
Okay, yeah, because it's federal.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So that, and then
But-
maybe that
But
was the
UPS
thing.
and FedEx are licensed to ship alcohol, so it can be done. They just don't want you to.
Yeah,
Do it.
so that's. I mean, that's one of those things where you just like.
this is what I've been told by all my home brewing friends to do.
Don't forget, you're live on the internet.
I know. I'll say this by saying I've never done it, but this is what I've been told to do by people who have done it. Just simply label your beer as yeast sample. You're not lying.
There you go.
There's
Touche.
live yeast in there.
There is. You're technically not lying. That's true. It's a sampling. Yeah. So how I was going to ask before we got too far off the beer, because I want to talk about the other things as well as the mead. I would love to have a conversation about the mead, but
You want to know how to make alcohol.
where do you stand? No, I'm too lazy. Where do you stand on? Because like Daryl in the chat had mentioned that he doesn't really care for Pumpkinhead a lot because it's too sweet. Where do you stand on the sweet beers? Like obviously the big craze like a couple summers ago was like the Not Your Father's root beer and things like that. Like, do you like the beer that basically drinks like soda?
I don't have a problem with it. Every now and then they're just fine. I'm a big proponent of drink what you like, man. If I'm not gonna rag on somebody for loving Budweiser.
Right. No, I
They
can't,
like it.
I can't stand
They're gonna
Budweiser.
spend-
If I
they're gonna-
if I want to drink a bunch of
It's
beer,
not for me. I think it tastes like watered down urine. But
yeah. If I have a bunch of people over, and like I just want beer and I just want something that people can drink and it's beer, like I will get like a 30 rack of Coors long before I would ever get Budweiser.
well, see, Coors is in that same vein for me. Coors
I would get
Budweiser,
PBR. Fuck it.
and
Yeah, I don't like
Miller,
PBR.
They're all the exact
PBR is
same
good.
thing to me.
Yeah. See, I can't do PBR.
If I'm having a party, and I'm having people over that are just that just want to drink beer, like so, what those three breweries are quote unquote making is a pilsner. It's a light American lager. I can go down to Tenaya Creek and get a 6-pack of their pilsner for I don't know $6.
Okay.
So I can go pick up a bunch of those for my local brewery
Right.
and have that instead, and it's going to have
Yeah. All.
much more flavor. It's going to be slightly. Lone Star is garbage, Annalise. Sorry, it is.
Poor
Star
Annalise.
is
She's getting
absolute
dogged
garbage.
on she's getting dogged on a lot tonight.
I know
Yeah.
she
See,
is. I love Annalise to death,
oh, Annalise is wonderful. She's our biggest fan.
but Lone Star is so trash. At least I think it is. If you love it, if you like it, then drink it. That's where I'm at when it comes to just about everything. Is if you like it, drink it.
See, you can't do local beers up here for cheap. Like a 6-pack of Sam Adams is like $13, whereas like a 30 rack of Coors is like 16. So like again, I'm not gonna go buy a 6-pack of Coors Light. Like I'm not going to. Like I will buy Sam's or I'll buy maybe I'll buy one of the soda beers or something like that.
I guarantee you, if you looked hard enough, you would find a local brewery there that was serving.
You're probably not wrong, but when I just want a 6-pack, I'd take the 2-minute drive to Hannaford, which is a grocery store.
Fair enough.
So-
I will drive the extra. I will drive the extra 5 minutes.
Oh,
to
it's
get
not.
down.
But see, it's not an extra 5 minutes because at least within Portland, all of our craft breweries are in town. which is
Yeah,
a
no, so am I.
fucking
It's just 5
nightmare.
minutes away from. It's literally.
Well, no.
Tonight
I don't
Creek
know. One of my
Brewery
favorite ones are
is
in Westbrook.
5 minutes from my
Oh,
house.
see, I didn't even realize there were ones
There's
in
a
Westbrook.
fuck ton in Westbrook.
Oh, are there?
But
See,
the Honeymaker Mead one's on Washington Ave, so that's easy to get to. And Master Landing is behind Profeno's, if you know where that is.
Yeah, I do.
On 25.
Yeah, see, I had no idea. See, so we'll have to go there at some
The great
point.
thing about Master Landing is it opens at 4, and on Thursday it's like half off, and there's fucking nobody in there.
Right.
It's great.
So you want to hear something crazy? Tenaya Creek, and I love this is probably they're by far, in my opinion, the best brewery in Vegas of the 6 or 7 that we have. I can go down there and have 4 or 5 beers and some food and spend less than $20.
That's pretty damn good. You're not gonna have that happen here.
Yeah, I say other than fast food, I don't remember the last time I went and got myself something to eat and spent less than
You'd
$20.
be lucky to
the
get
kicker
out
is
for
I'm
less
part of
than 35.
Yeah.
I'm also part of the American Homebrewers Association, so I get an additional 20% off.
Is there a country song for that? There should be. There's
the American Homebrewers Association?
There's a country song for the American Honky Tonk Association.
mean-
There better be one for the Homebrewers Association.
It'd probably be the only way I'd ever listen to country.
Well, that's just because you're wrong.
Shut up. You live in the Northwest and have a cowboy hat. Your opinion is invalid.
I do. Look, I don't just have a cowboy hat. I have a cowboy hat within arm's reach.
I know you do. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Go put on the boots. Here we go.
I hate you so much.
My boots are over there.
And you said that I looked like a douche.
My boots are over there under the table.
You do look like a douche. Now you just look like a pair of douches.
I think one douche outweighs the other.
We come in a 2-pack. It's value pack.
The
Value
value
back
pack
douche.
of douche.
Smells like summer's eve in here.
Does it work in the camera?
What?
The hat?
Contrasted with the iPad,
I mean-
with the fucking earbuds. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
I mean,
mean-
half your face is cut off, but whatever. At least on my screen.
Half of his face
We
is
talked
quarried.
about that hat. This isn't Costco.
Oh my god, that does look like you look like the unnamed member of Menudo.
Of what?
Menudo.
Google it. They're a boy band.
He slowly takes the hat off.
Okay, now you want to know you want some contrast here, right? Do you want to know what the hat is sitting on top of? My
What?
HTC Vive. Like, is that some incredible contrast?
What
or
you should have said is the hat is sitting on top of that webcam.
Oh yeah, no, no. Actually,
So are we gonna talk about the meat or what?
Sooner or later.
it's right here. See,
Should we spend some time on the ins and outs of double jumping?
see, here's your webcam.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Do you still have some of that mead that I gave you?
Oh no, I drank that the day he gave it to me. That's ridiculous.
Still have some.
5 minutes, that was gone, man. Well, no, it was over the course of an evening, but like, yeah, no.
Wait, hold on. What were all the ha-has about?
When I called you the fifth or the unnamed member of Menudo.
Oh, okay. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Just Google Menudo and play a little snippet of their song. You'll get the joke.
What? How do you spell it?
Menudo, M-E-N, Nudo.
Men nudo.
I don't speak Spanish.
Menudo. Did you find it? Yeah, there you go. You found it.
Okay, good.
My tip to you is
Hold on.
your smile says a
Oh,
lot.
we're bringing down the room.
It's a tip from a former smoker.
Yeah, Ricky Martin's got to start Menudo.
Yeah, he's into it.
Hugo is really into Menudo.
All right, I'm not playing much more than that because this is during the show. We'll play some post show.
Let's play some post-show Menudo. I'm down.
Some post show menudo. That sounds
Post show
dirty.
Menudo, then we're gonna pass the Dutchie and move on. No, the meat is long gone, man. Like once I open the bottle has to go away because I can't.
No, that's fair. I get it. It was really good. Amy,
Yeah, really good is an understatement. It was, yeah.
Did you at least Did Nate at least explain to you what flavors were in there? Or
Yeah,
you
he
just drink
did.
it?
He did. It was good enough so that the bottle, sans any kind of a label or anything, ended up on a shelf, and I still have it. So
God damn. I'll take that.
that was
Excuse me while
that
I-
was a
this-
pomegranate, was it not?
And
If I
this is a
remember
man that
correctly.
loves his mead.
Yeah, no, it was a pomegranate base with blackberries and blueberries.
Yep. That the Honeymaker company I sent you, they make a blueberry one. They also make a habanero one, which is actually not bad.
I had named that mead something about Persephone.
What?
The name of that mead was something about Persephone.
Nice.
And I currently have a mead downstairs right now in my brewing closet that is orange blossom honey. It's got I had chopped up some oranges, put that in there. It's got some cinnamon, some clove, and a little bit of allspice. It has been about 3 months since it started. Amy, you really should. This is the time to do it, Amy.
No, see, what she did is she just revealed to Brandon that she still has an unopened bottle of
Yeah.
Tony's mead.
Yeah. But the orange blossom one, that sounds great too. I can almost envision how that will taste.
It's right now it's still a little young. It's only 3 months old. So the clove is a little overpowering. The orange is a little underplayed. So I'm hoping that in the next 6 or 7 months, the clove will tone itself down and the orange will come through a little bit more. But we'll see.
So as a precursor to me ever having mead, my aunt makes what she calls cordials, which is basically vodka with fruit that she just lets sit for most of the year and then drinks on the holidays. But it ends up coming out as a really sweet, syrupy, fruity drink. It's really good. But up until
that is a cordial.
yeah, okay, so that's actually a thing then, right?
That is a thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I've also been to bartending school.
Well, touche. I didn't know, like, that's what she
Yeah, no,
called
it's-
it. But given
it's-
where I'm from and where she lives, I didn't know if she just pulled that out of her ass or what. But it was super good. But up until then, I hadn't had anything else that I would even equate to mead at all. Even though those are two separate things, like those come together in my mind as being closely related. Fruity, sweet,
Actually, I've been curious for a while now. Nate, how do you make your toasted almonds?
So okay, so actually, it's funny. So,
I keep hearing that you make amazing toasted almonds, and I'm curious how.
okay,
how you,
so
what is
it's
your
it's
process
funny.
for
So
making
because
them?
I gotta
Why
go.
don't we have those right now?
I gotta go because I don't have what I need.
That is a shame.
Because I spent too much money on video games. So I gotta go full story on this, right? So okay, so my love for toasted almond came from my mom because it's my mom's favorite drink. So
And she's an alcoholic. We get it.
right. So, but anyway, so yeah, so there are a couple variants, and it's so the way my mom does it is Bailey's, amaretto, and I think it's just no. I'm sorry. Is it Kahlua and amaretto? I don't know. Anyway, I forget. See, so my mom does it weird now because the way I do it's Bailey's, amaretto, Kahlua, and then a splash of half and half, and then you shake it up. Yeah, and I just kind of eyeball it.
Because the traditional recipe for it is 2 ounces of amaretto, 2 ounces of Kahlua, 2 ounces of cream.
Okay, so that's what my mom does, and I add the Baileys.
You add the Bailey. The Bailey, that sounds interesting. I'm about to try that. So I have a drink for you to try that I think that if you like toasted almonds, you'll like this drink.
Okay.
I think. It's called a Godfather. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take 2 ounces of your scotch.
I'd
and
have to
ounce
own scotch.
of amaretto,
Okay.
and in a rocks glass served over ice. That's it, and it is delicious.
Okay. I don't think I've ever had scotch.
I'm not really a
Really?
fan.
Yeah.
I'm more of an old granddad kind of guy.
Yeah. See, and I even get,
try the Godfather, just scotch and amaretto. The amaretto tones down the smokiness of the scotch and adds a lot of sweetness to it. It's really good. Fantastic drink.
I am snooty with one type of liquor, and
He's gonna go get it right now. Watch, look, he's going.
I am snooty with one type of liquor, and the only type of liquor I am snooty with is tequila, and I drink Patron. Other than that, I have my like when it comes to whiskey, I drink Jack. When it comes to rum, I drink Captain. Like I don't. I mean it's not quite well, but it's like the like the mainstream, like the mass produced I don't drink like you're special, but I'm not. But I don't love alcohol enough. Like the one thing I like about a toasted almond is it doesn't taste like you're drinking alcohol, right?
No,
Like,
neither does a Godfather though. Like that's how smooth this drink is. And also bonus points if you use the Glenlivet as your scotch.
okay, but like that's why I love Patron, because you can't fucking taste the tequila. It just tastes like you're shooting water. Like
What has Brandon got there?
Old Granddad.
I thought I had some of that laying around here.
Oh, now I want some.
Well, we're gonna share because goddamn. Have you ever had Old Granddad?
So I have not. But funny story about tequila. When I was of the wee age of 16, or was it 17? I don't know. It was the summer of 2003. I shouldn't have been drinking. Checking the time. We good?
Oh no, I wasn't checking my time. I have an Apple Watch, so I get notifications on my watch.
So
It could be a text message. It could be a Twitter update. It could be actually. I just got a notification that we got a message in our Destiny 2 clan. My watch tells me that.
that's nice.
Right?
Anyway, like I was saying. So funny story about tequila. I was 2003. I don't remember how old I was. You could do the math if you want.
It's cloudy.
It's cold.
I was over at my friend's house.
Yes, sir.
Whom I had done a lot of drugs with. She was out at a bar with some Italian guy, and I was hanging out at her house with another friend of ours.
Liquor.
It's bad,
And,
right?
You gonna have some?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's working up to it. I know what it tastes like.
Yeah, I didn't.
Sorry,
I do now.
Sorry, Tony. That Old
you're
Granddad, it's all encompassing.
Man, it burns.
I know.
It's like
at least
anal sex in your
Not
throat.
Malort.
It's $13.80 proof whiskey. It's yeah.
I just came up with that off the top of my head, and I am using that from now on.
I missed it. What?
You missed it? I was like, it burns. It's like anal sex in your throat.
Anal sex and God in your throat?
It burns going down.
The good and the bad all at once. That's what happens. We apologize for overshadowing what you were saying. We're douches. Put your hat
right.
back on, Jesus.
My hat?
Anyway, so like I was saying, I was 16 or 17, maybe 18. I don't remember. I was doing a lot of drugs at the time. I
was high at the time.
not at the time of this story, but anyway, so I was over at my friend's house. She was out at a bar with some Italian guy, and I was at her house with another friend of ours, a mutual friend, and we had gotten into the tequila, some Don Julio, I think.
Don Julio.
Actually, that's what. Did you see that? That's what Daryl said in the chat there, Don Julio.
Oh yeah, no, it's not very good stuff. Anyway,
he said it's the same way. It doesn't. You don't have the tequila flavor.
Beg to differ. Anyway, so her and I we're trading shots back and forth, and eventually, my friend whose house it is. By the way, I'm crashing on her couch. Her and this Italian guy come back, and there are some underage kids in her house drinking tequila.
Like you do.
She's cool with it, whatever. But I start talking shit to this Italian guy, right? Saying he's a fascist because he's Italian and Mussolini. That whole by the way, that's not how you want to talk to an Italian. Don't bring up Mussolini.
You fascist motherfucker.
Yeah, no, it was bad, right? Like I was being a dick. Completely admit it.
I'm used to it.
Giant dick.
Dick.
Him being a
so
dick.
the dude, apparently, and I don't remember any of this. This has all been told to me the day after.
Oh, those are the best though.
Yeah, so apparently he would get super angry with me and get ready to punch me, and then I would apologize. And at that point, I get hey, I'm sorry. You're right. And I guess at that point he couldn't do anything to me or whatever because of Italy. I don't know what their thing is.
Their thing is ciao.
So you walk up to somebody like, "Hey, buddy, you're a fucking cunt. I'm sorry. Don't hit me."
What is this?
Yeah,
Canada?
no, I don't know what the deal with that was, but I've also been told that I would be talking to somebody completely normal, like I'm talking to you now, pass out, slam my head on the table, immediately wake up, and continue without missing a beat.
I can see that.
From
I
that
don't
night
know.
on, I have not been able to do cheap tequila.
Visually, I don't know if you looked the same, but as I remember how you look now, based off of that wonderful picture you sent us,
Yeah.
I could picture you doing that.
It's basically the same.
Yeah.
Good
I haven't gotten
times.
drunk in a long
No, I think the
time.
last time you got drunk was when we started the wrestling podcast.
Yeah, but then that wasn't
never-
even that bad. Like, I just went and threw up and came back, and it was fine.
Right.
I'm talking like naked on the bathroom floor, drunk in the morning. Like,
You ever been naked on a public subway in South Korea?
no, can't say that I
Have
have.
you?
But even if I had, I wouldn't remember
Yeah.
it, would I?
You,
How the fuck did I get here?
Funny story.
I think he's about to tell us.
I think so.
Do you guys know what soju is?
No.
No.
It's a Korean white rice wine. It's
Hold on. A Korean white rice wine.
no Korean rice wine. Soju. SOJU.
Okay.
Soju.
Okay. All right.
It's about 40% ABV. It has no flavor and no smell.
Okay.
You could drink this like water.
Daryl, we're not talking about your sexual escapades.
I mean, maybe if you've been to Korea.
Have you been on the South Korean subway?
No, this wasn't. This was in South Korea. This is when I was stationed over there.
Okay. Well, forget I said anything.
So, it was the weekend. In fact, I think I might have been on leave because I didn't leave the country for leave. Anyway, so I was down in Seoul, and I had found myself in Hongdae, which is the women's college area, and
Called what?
Wait, hold on a second. The women's college area is called Hongdae.
Hongdae, yeah, HUN. I don't know how to spell it.
But of course.
Having a Hong
That
day
is-
at the women's college.
It's the part of Seoul where the women's college is.
Stiff night, hung day.
Well, wouldn't it be a hung day will lead you to a stiff night?
No, you get hung, man.
So I'm down there, and I find myself in
We're
a
all like
Korean,
15.
in a so in Seoul, Itaewon is kind of the foreigners district. You go there, and that's where all the foreigners are drinking. There's a bunch of bars there. But I find myself in Hongdae, and I found myself in kind of this Korean bar. And I'm not really saying much to anybody, and they're not really saying much to me, but I wind up drinking with this group of Koreans who, and Korea, at least my experience is they've got a very specific drinking culture. They try to figure out, and if I'm wrong, anybody, please let me know, but they try to figure out who's the oldest. That way they can figure out the kind of the pecking order. Because from what I understood was, at least when I was drinking with them, the oldest nobody drinks until the oldest person starts to drink, and it's the youngest person's job to make sure that the oldest person's cup is never empty. That way, the oldest person can kind of control how everybody's drinking.
That
and
almost
kind of-
seems like something that's so rigorously constructed that it would be. Yeah, that seems cultural. That seems like it would be accurately
right.
cultural
No,
for them.
I'm perfectly fine in believing that that's a thing.
Yeah.
I could have read the situation completely wrong. You could be completely wrong on the whole
And
thing.
it could have just been a thing with that group.
Yeah, no. If you're Korean, email them and let me know. I'd be interested.
Stalk Tony on Facebook.
No, don't stalk me. Just email Nate. He'll be fine. So anyway, we're drinking, and soju is one of those drinks where you can drink it all night long and not feel a thing until you stand up.
Ah, yes.
So we're 8 or 9 bottles of soju in, and I have to pee. So I stand up to go to the bathroom, and then I don't really remember what happens after that.
Just for confirmation, Annalisa, who is familiar in some ways with the culture, says that it might be different pecking orders in different situations, but it is definitely a cultural thing.
So you got up to pee, ended up naked on a subway.
Yeah, no. So that's literally how my night went. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning. I got up to pee. Obviously, I think I peed somewhere. Anyway,
It sounds like you peed
it's
on the subway.
Japan's.
woke up with a sheet of newspaper covering my nether regions.
Well, that was
Luckily,
kind of
is-
someone.
It was like 8 or 9 in the morning. Luckily, the train was pulling in, or the subway was pulling into the mall in downtown Seoul. So I kind of covered my front and back with some newspaper. My wallet had been sitting on my chest. Nothing was missing, luckily.
Funny
Found-
papers.
made a beeline for the nearest department store and bought myself a tracksuit for like $20, and then I made my way back to base.
Wait,
So you had to go to a store wrapped in a towel of newspapers and buy a suit.
Well, a tracksuit. I mean, it was
That's
just
what-
like
yeah,
a zip-up jacket and some sweatpants.
Can I get some
essentially.
wind pants? How do you say wind pants? I'd like wind pants, please.
Literally grabbed the first thing on the rack and put it on.
Be like, sir, you are wearing the windiest pants possible.
Hey, are you gonna read the sports page?
There's some
Yeah, no, that year
news
of Korea.
is coming up a little short today.
That year of Korea was just one giant drunken party after another. I turned 21 in Korea. That was fun.
You turned 21 in Korea?
Yeah, the drinking age there is 18, so it really didn't matter.
Right.
But yeah, no. So I didn't actually get a 21st birthday party because somebody. So like I had first gotten to the unit. It was been like a day or two, and I mentioned to people, "Hey, by the way, this Friday is my 21st birthday," and they're like, oh, "Okay, cool, we'll go do something." And then some bitch tried to kill herself.
Ooh.
So everybody was dealing with that drama and bullshit. It wasn't. Sorry, she didn't try to kill herself. She threatened to kill herself.
Ah, okay.
She was purely doing it for attention because, oh my God, the new guy's here and he's getting attention.
Yep.
So I ended up drinking a bottle of Jack by myself in my barracks room alone on my 21st birthday.
I don't remember specifically, but I mean, I had friends that did things that we did something like Fox took me to a strip club.
Yeah. I went to work and then I went home.
But
on
like
my 21st birthday.
on the day of my birthday, if I remember, like I probably sat inside and played video games.
Yeah, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything at all.
I made up for it that year.
Yeah.
In fact, Korea is where I got into home brewing.
Nice.
Because the only beer they had in the class 6 was Heineken, fucking Corona, and MGD.
Not a Rolling Rock in the house, huh?
Not a Rolling Rock in the house, which is anyway.
What do you have up next for? Do you have anything like that's kind of on the docket for the upcoming, somewhat near future, where like you're gonna try something that you haven't done in regards to either ingredients or?
Not really. I mean, the pumpkin. This is my first year doing a pumpkin beer.
Yeah.
But that's getting ready to go into kegs. We'll see how that turns out. That one's looking like it's going to come out at about 6.5%. The next beer I've got planned for is for where's my calendar? Next Friday, yeah, the 3rd, and I'm going to be doing my traditional Christmas stout, which is a pretty standard stout recipe that I put on oak with bourbon, allspice, coriander, vanilla, clove, cinnamon, and a little bit of black pepper. That's what I got planned.
Very cool. Do you have anything that you haven't tried that you think would work well that you want to try in the future?
So I'm trying my hand right now at a sour beer, which doesn't use yeast to ferment. It uses a bacteria called lactobacillus.
Okay.
So that I've got that going right now. That's something I've never tried. It's got a skin along the top of it, which is normal because it's a bacteria, not yeast. As far as like anything I'm gonna be, I don't know. I've kind of always wanted to do a white IPA, and I've kind of been wanting an IPA lately, so I might try that next.
Right. So how long? I mean, I'm sure it varies from ingredients to brew type and stuff like that, but like rough ballpark, like from the first day of kind of mixing everything together and getting it situated, like on average, like how long are things sitting before they're ready to be consumed?
So I can have a beer ready for you in 3 weeks.
Oh, so it's not that long of a process.
Nate,
Depending on the style of beer, that's a very basic brown ale.
I'm gonna buy you a Mr. Beer for Christmas.
A Mr. Beer.
Yep.
I've had some wonderful beers out of Mr. Beer systems.
What is
my father and I do that. It never comes out bad.
What is a Mr. Beer?
It's a home brewing kit.
It's like a 2.5 gallon home brewing kit.
Yeah.
If it were me, I'd point you towards a 5-gallon kit because I feel like you get a little bit. Well, I mean, you do get a little bit more out of it, but
you get twice as much out of it.
You get twice as much, but it's also easier to translate that into more complex recipes.
There's also a home brewing store on Forest Ave.
Oh,
where
is
you
there?
can buy everything that you need.
I don't know any of this exists.
My buddy Trunks makes moonshine.
But here we go.
Yeah, it's excellent.
I'm not gonna say that I've never distilled or that I currently distill, but you know. I have a thing to distill water in case of emergencies.
You have an apparatus. You don't need to say what for.
I mean, it's purely to distill water in case of emergencies.
Sure is.
Okay, so
Sure is.
so educate me a little bit. What's the difference between that and what you're doing?
So what I do right now,
I assume it's illegal based off of the rubbernecking here.
it is completely illegal to distill your own alcohol.
Legal?
Illegal. You cannot in this great country of ours. You cannot distill your own alcohol, and there are actually some good reasons for it. It takes some know-how to do, and all those stories about people going blind from drinking moonshine is from
Yeah, you're
the
drinking
fact that
the wrong fucking part of it and the fumes.
Yeah,
And you don't want to
the-
blow
the
yourself
first-
up.
the first runnings
So
of your
it
distillation.
It becomes a
will
lot
make
more like
you-
a chemistry set, basically.
Yes, but that the first runnings from your distillation set will in fact make you blind, because that is the type of ethyl alcohol that is being produced, that it actually literally eats away at the nerve endings in your eyes.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, you got to let that run off.
So you basically throw that out, and then you have the middle part of your distillation, and you have the end part. The end part you get rid of because it doesn't taste very good, and then you just drink the middle part. Stills can explode, but it's not because the still itself is exploding. It is because the still is kept in a confined area that has a leak. So if the alcohol vapors are escaping into, say, some sort of like outhouse where you have your still, then it'll fill and fill and fill. And when the fuel air mixture gets to the right point, the fire that you're using to distill will ignite, and that is what explodes. It's not the still itself exploding. It's the alcohol vapor that is leaking from your still.
Ah, interesting. All right. So that is illegal, whereas home brewing is perfectly legal.
Homebrewing was made legal by Jimmy Carter. Yeah, I want to say it's Jimmy Carter. I might be wrong on that one. Someone fact check me. Anyway, so you are allowed to brew 100 gallons of beer per year per legal adult in the household. So right now in my household, there are 3 legal adults. I can brew 300 gallons of beer. I have never once come close to brewing that much beer in my house.
It was Carter.
Bam, Carter nailed it.
Carter nailed it.
And people say Carter was useless.
The guy named Jimmy, he likes to drink.
So when it comes to like, I mean, is it cheaper? Is it just because you can craft it how you want it, so you can really make your beer for you?
A little of both, depending on the beer. So if I make my IPA that I've named Hop Thulu at home.
Like Cthulhu?
Yes.
Excellent.
But because it's an IPA and because of hops, I call it Hop Thulu.
Correct.
That beer is 9% ABV, which means more grain, and the international bitterness units are well over 120, which humans can't taste anything over 100. I just like pushing things. That beer is really expensive to make because it has a lot of stuff in it. If I make my hazelnut brown ale, I can do that beer for $20 and get 2 cases of beer out of it.
Now you brought that to Nertacular, right?
No, I brought what did I bring? I brought 2 beers.
I swore hazelnut was in it.
No, I brought a stout that was called Transporter Accident, and I brought
Maybe I'm thinking something else.
a
Yeah,
triple Belgian.
because I believe I had tried some of the beer, didn't I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody did.
yeah.
I didn't leave with any alcohol.
I mean, why would you? You got plenty at home.
Right. In fact, I tipped the bellhop with some beer, some homebrew.
Nice.
Well, I mean, he brought my bags up, and he looks at me and goes, "So is that homebrew?" And I was like, "Yeah, man." And I was about to tip him like $4 or $5 for bringing my bags up. He's like, "You can keep your tip if I can have a couple bottles of that homebrew."
Nice.
Got it.
Here you go. I was giving it away anyway.
Yeah. So that beer just got entered into Winterfest. It's a local competition here. So I'll find out how it did. In a couple months.
Nice.
Last year it placed in the top 10.
Yeah.
So I'll take that. It didn't like get a ribbon or anything. But we'll see. We'll see how it does this year. I'm a fan of it. It's a good beer. It's basically a Guinness clone that I added coffee to.
Ooh,
Mm.
that sounds like a good mix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with it, and I think everybody who tried it at Nerdtacular was pretty happy with it.
Very cool. No, that sounds good. I wish you were closer.
Yeah, me too. Because now this has become, well, let's drink beer.
Right. Beer. And I have a feeling that I would like the mead more.
I'm getting more and more into mead making, and actually, I'm my JF. You know him. He's been on the show a few times.
I'm familiar with his works.
He has requested a site requested.
Requested. There's no
Yes,
C.
that word.
Requested. He's requested.
He has that worded me a cider for Adepticon this year, which I don't know if I'm gonna make it to Adepticon. I'm still like on the fence about it.
Right.
But I have been doing small. He's drunk. Let him be. Fair enough. Yeah, I am drunk.
You wouldn't be able to tell. You're very.
I'm an articulate drunk.
You are very articulate, that's for sure. I mean, considering you've been drinking all day, I thought it would have been way worse. But I guess low and slow.
Look, I'm a
really
professional.
is all encompassing. Low and slow. Slow.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
We'll get there. Just take it easy.
So no, he's been wanting ciders. So I've been experimenting with little 1 gallon batches of cider.
Yeah.
What else I've been doing? A buddy of mine came to visit from Georgia. He brought with him about 5 pounds of Georgia peaches. So I did the only natural thing I could do, and I turned it into peach wine.
Mm.
That'll be.
I bet
that
you
should be
haven't
ready about
had
next
rhubarb
summer.
wine, have you?
What's that?
Rhubarb wine? Have you ever heard of that?
I have. I'm not a huge rhubarb fan personally.
I
Like
love
it's not my
rhubarb.
favorite flavor in the world. But I'd try it. I'd rather do like a strawberry rhubarb thing.
You know,
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, that's what you're gonna get is strawberry rhubarb, but
bringing up wine reminded me. One of the other things I really like to drink is a barley wine.
So that is a beer, but it's treated like a wine, and it's made with a lot of barley. I've made one before. I'm not a huge fan of barley wines. I don't feel like the balance is there between the maltiness of all that malt versus the amount of hops that are traditionally put into it. They're fine. What is it? Joseph James out here in Vegas makes a really good barley wine. It wouldn't be the first thing I order though.
Right. No,
Mostly
there's
because
one.
After like 2 glasses, you're done for the night.
Yeah, it knocks you fast. No, the same company, Sebago Brewing Company, the same company that makes the Hell Awaits, the dark ale, or I think is it a dark I don't know what it is, but they also make a barley wine that's really good. But no, we have again the mainstream ones. Like I don't know, like the little holes in the wall that Brandon's talking about. Like I'm not familiar with, but like Sea Dog is really good, Sebago's really good, Shipyard's really good. As far as Maine, obviously Sam's in Boston. But I'm gonna have to go and check out. We'll have to do like a beer run thing. We'll have to take like an afternoon. And, like,
I'll take you to Rising Tide and get you the Zephyr. It's an excellent stout.
I
think
you know
you'd
I
like
think
that.
I've had Rising Tide.
You may have.
Yeah.
I mean,
Actually, there was a little sandwich shop that I was in Salem that had Rising Tide. I don't know if I had Rising Tide, but I remember they had a Rising Tide glass.
the guy that owns that's from Millinocket, I think. And
Next
that's right next
time
to
you're
where
down
I
in
work.
Boston, have Amy take you to Harpoon Brewing
Yeah.
and what is it? UFO Brewing, same company, different brand.
Yep.
Right.
They make a really good IPA. Like if you want to know what a West Coast, Southern California IPA tastes like, those are your guys on the
I
East
feel like
Coast.
I've had UFO before.
I've had UFO. You see it at Hannaford all the time.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I see it all the time.
It's got, you would recognize it.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when are we, Nate? When are we gonna do some night fallen runs?
I don't know. Uh,
I'm 261 as of this morning.
yeah, I'm like 258, I think.
I have to catch up.
I need to get
As soon as we're done with this, I'm hopping on.
I need to get 3 more legendary shards, and that will get me enough to get the sniper rifle from Zur, which I think should put me up to 260. Because right now my sword is only like 242, and my sniper. Oh yeah, so really quick, we swapped the Destiny talk. Yeah, so and the sniper rifle is like 263. So the sword's great for like doing little social events as well as PvP. But I think the sniper would be more useful for the strikes and the nightfalls because I'm not going to get up close and personal as a warlock with a boss.
Yeah, no, that's my job as a
Right.
Titan.
So to have a 263
I had
exotic,
a lot of success today in what was it it's a map that I don't think we've played together yet. It's on IO. It's the Terra Genesis Vault or something.
right?
Anyway, you get in there and you fight through it, and at the end there's a big guy,
Right.
and you fight him.
Yeah, no, I would love to get ready, like, because we've got, I mean, I think it's 6 people for the raid. I don't think we're gonna have 6 in the clan. I know I have at least 6 people, or well, it's me and you, so I know I have at least 2 other people or 4 other people on my friends list that are already raid ready for Leviathan. Because Leviathan comes out Tuesday, and then Trials of the Nine, which is PvP, so you're not into that.
Yeah.
But that comes out Tuesday as well. So we were
Wasn't
talking about
there
that.
something we were going to argue about regarding PvP? Like we started to get into it, and then you're like, "Wait, save it for the show."
Maybe I don't remember.
Yeah, there was, but it's far gone.
Was it a
now.
was it the MOBA thing?
Hashtag show prep. We could talk about how bad MOBAs are.
No, see, okay, well, we can talk games for a little bit. So, like, I don't know if you were planning on playing Destiny after the show. I didn't want to consume too much of your game time.
Are you talking to me or him? Because you're going to consume mine.
So
now.
yeah, probably.
Okay, so, so here's the thing. Like, now I'm going to be switching to overnights coming in January, which is going to be a whole social or a whole like culture change for me because I haven't done overnights in forever, but. Like I'm looking forward to that because that will get me to play more single player stories because my time to play won't line up with the majority of the people that I play with so much. Like it's great because I'll have more time to game with Brandon because right now our schedules completely conflict. But but once I'm overnight, like I'll be working while he's asleep and
Right,
he'll be sleeping while I'm at work.
We talked a little bit at like 3, right?
Yeah.
When I was getting up and you were going to bed.
Right.
So I've been up since 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But here's the question: why would you want to play with Brandon? He sucks.
Oh.
He actually does really well as long as he doesn't fall while he's jumping his way there.
That's true. As long as there's no jumping challenges, he's fine.
Well, again, now that I realize that you can deactivate the glide, it all works out a lot better. And now I just teleport. It's fine.
Yeah, you went void and you teleport. I've got too much invested into solar. I love the solar build.
I like it better, but again, I fall a lot.
Yeah. Have you tried Arc yet?
No, I haven't unlocked it
The
yet.
ultimate for Arc, you basically are think Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
When he does the Force lightning and he gets a bunch of people, that's what your ultimate is for Arc.
It's cool.
And I think we missed a huge thing here with how much of a Kansas City queer Nate looks like.
Oh, we have forgotten about the Technicolor armor.
I
That's
like
true.
my armor. Oh no, it's not ruby anymore. Now it's carbon fiber and gold.
Oh,
It's carbon fiber
Yeah,
and gold.
he looks even gayer than before.
I see. Well, we will soon see this.
He looks like the ghost that would suck off Liberace.
So you're saying art is imitating life and life is imitating art.
Okay, so but it's the same thing. So if I am making a tank, I like them to. I mean, other than in World of Warcraft, because my tank.
Now,
is a
when you
female
say
blood
you're
elf.
making a tank, do you mean you're making a tank or are you making a tank?
He definitely means the second one.
No, but
I'm making a power bottom.
It's a it's a warlock. It's essentially a wizard. In
It's a
some ways.
warcock. War. I can't even do the gay snap. just fucking.
You gotta be more. whippy with
that's
it.
what I wanted right there. You know how to do
3
it.
snaps.
Show me how it's done.
I can't do the third one. My ring finger hurts.
You
after
need an
this.
extra syllable for the third one.
Oh, there we go.
My mouth is full.
That was-
That was 4 snaps.
Is that like your call out?
I don't know,
Did you
man.
sign off now? My mouth is full.
I was raised by lesbians, not gay men.
We
I don't
both
know how
were.
to do that.
Like raised by the wolves. We were raised by lesbians.
We're a generation of men raised by women. Do we really need more women?
Right. Wait, what? That was very offensive and sexist.
That was Fight Club.
I don't.
Oh, was
I
it?
don't have a problem with more women around.
No, me neither. But I was
But when it
quoting a
comes
movie.
to, but it's the same thing. Like when it comes to my wizards, right? Like I don't like wizards. Like I don't like the whole like the Gandalf thing where it's just like plain. Like I want like the big,
I hate that.
bright,
No, I disagree.
they're magical.
You want like the Michael Jackson wizard?
Yes.
No, I'm all
I-
for the Gandalf wizard.
You know what? And I'm not alone in liking that armor because somebody
Yeah, you
designed it.
are.
Somebody designed it.
Yeah, against their better judgment.
Plus the fact that like so the armor that I'm using
under
with
duress.
the armor that I'm using with my spec when I have this ability where when I aim down my sights in the air, like I freeze in the air and I can aim at things and shoot them. And
Sure you can.
when you do that, like you get these giant fiery wings.
I know. I showed you
And it's
that.
amazing.
I showed you
I didn't
yourself.
know till you showed me it, and it looks so fucking cool.
Flame on,
Like,
baby.
it's
Flame
Phoenix.
Flame on, flame on. Not that there's anything wrong with that if that's your lifestyle
I
choice.
hate you all.
on. Hey, it does look cool. I mean, what can I tell you?
Does it though?
When he's flaming, yeah.
When it comes to
You would think he's cool when,
when
he's
it,
flaming.
okay, but see,
This,
but
this is
here's-
like
no,
this
no,
is
no,
think
but,
RuPaul,
but
right?
no, but here's the
so
thing.
this is RuPaul when RuPaul's
But
out
no,
and
but-
doing the drag queen
but
thing
here's-
versus RuPaul when RuPaul is just
but
not
here's the
in
thing
drag.
though, when it comes to like designs and styles, right? I like when it comes to those things, there's nothing wrong with saying that I have a very flamboyant stylistic choice, right? Like so when it came to cars, right? Like there's
There's a lot of backflips going on in this.
No, like so I love the look like when you get like the nice like the metallic paint job with like the undercarriage lights on like a tuner. Like I love that look. I like it to be bright and colorful and loud.
How do
You want your undercarriage
sorry,
to be bright and
how do you
colorful.
How do you do your undercarriage?
We all went to the same place.
But no, but I like the appearance to be loud.
you like a shiny undercarriage. I get it.
I
Yeah.
do. I want
Yeah.
my undercarriage clean. No, but I like appearances to be loud. I like to be loud. I like
Mate,
to
I
be
like it when your balls are
boisterous.
lit up like Rudolph. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Guide me home, baby.
Bunch of Kansas City faggots.
Hugo gives no, but there's nothing wrong with that though. Like what's wrong? What's wrong with liking
There's
the
nothing wrong with that. I do need to get home.
No, but what's wrong
Hugo,
with
It's foggy.
Hugo,
out.
Hugo, do me a favor and just draw a picture of Nate as gaily as you possibly can.
what is wrong with appearances being
just
loud?
do me that favor, Hugo. I would appreciate it as a early Christmas gift to me.
But
please.
why is loud gay?
I never said it was. I said you were gay. not that there's anything wrong with that.
You know, Corey loves me. I'm just gonna talk to Corey from now on.
That's where the show ends, right there. You can't top that.
I'd buy that for $1.
So that was our Destiny 2 coverage, folks.
Yeah.
That was the climax right
Yeah.
there. Now I'm all sweaty and tired.
It's
I
time
have
to
that effect on women.
wait, what? Fuck you.
What? I didn't say anything. God, I'm drunk.
All right. Well, normally I would say, "Hey, where can people find you?" But no one can find you.
People can find me on Facebook. I probably won't accept your friend request, but feel free to try.
You can
That's not
follow.
true.
You can follow him.
He didn't even know who the fuck I was or that we were friends. He accepts
It's true.
No, but I will
It's-
take. It's true. It's true. It's damn true.
Look, I'm just a guy. Look, if you really want to have a picture into what I'm doing with my life,
You know what you should do? You should totally like set up like a like I don't know if you have like a personal one, but you should totally do like a like have like a
I have a brewery group. It's a tadpole
well,
group. brewery
no,
group.
no, but I meant like, well, yeah, the brewery, sure. But what I was thinking was like, especially with the cooking, like you should totally have like a barbecue guy Instagram, and
There's so many
no,
of those.
no.
You can get it elsewhere.
Mail him that webcam and then put him on the
Yeah.
network.
Oh,
have a
yeah.
show.
Yeah. Mail me the webcam, and I will do a podcast about barbecuing and beer making.
You live Twitch cooking.
God,
so
that'd be 6 hours of nothing. 6 hours of watching me drink.
Well, Hugo does Twitch, so.
Yeah, but the
Tony
difference is
goes low and
people actually
slow.
like watching people draw stuff. Nobody likes to watch me drink.
Oh,
It just gets,
there's whole networks
I was
devoted
trying
to
to
drinking
dog
and cooking.
Hugo and say 6 hours of nothing.
nobody. Look, chat room. Does anybody want to watch me drink for 6 hours?
With a microphone, that'd be funny.
Yeah, I would watch that in the background.
That's all. That's what I want to be. I want to be your background noise.
Even Annalisa there. Facebook fan page, barbecue Twitch stream. Do it.
No, why?
Because
Dude, you would be
Nobody-
amazed.
Nobody wants to watch me barbecue for 6 hours. Literally,
Dude,
on the
you-
short end, 6 hours.
You would be amazed at the stupid shit people
Wake
watch
up
on
pantsless
Twitch.
with a newspaper? No, probably not. I'm a little too old for that.
That's
I
how
don't
the
want to
show
see
is
that.
supposed to open,
You
right
could-
there, right?
you
My
could do like a
wife,
barbecue
my wife
cam-
doesn't even want to see
You
that.
could do like a barbecue cam show.
Barbecue cam show. Cambarbecue.com.
I got burnt ends on me. Hey. No, you need to. It needs to fade in.
I'll show you my pulled pork.
The show fades in with him naked in a chair with newspaper, and then he gets up and does like a Mr. Rogers thing and gets dressed and tells you about his day.
Drink with reviews of the drink.
And then he
That's
makes
not a
his way
bad
to the
idea,
kitchen.
but I think Amy's planning on something along those lines.
Wait, what?
Dagroli Bear just said a drink reviews of the drink,
Oh, that.
which
Growly
is
Bear, yeah.
doable. But I think Amy has something planned for that.
Yeah,
I don't
she's
want
got
to step on her
the
toes.
nip slip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. I
Yeah.
don't want to step on her toes.
No, I'm leaning more toward
I love
drinking
Amy
and
too much
cooking.
to steal her ideas.
Yeah, drinking and cooking. Yeah,
I want to see you cook and drink. You don't need to review the drink. Just make some meat.
He wants you to drink and play with your meat live on camera.
Live on camera. I think I get paid better than what.
Yeah, probably.
You can do that, and then while it cooks, you can live stream the game, whatever you play, and then
Right.
go back to it.
Here's the problem though.
Bit of
Like
both.
people think that barbecuing is oh, you set the meat and you forget about it. No. There's actually I'm actually doing a lot of stuff.
Well, see, I think
Well,
that.
See,
I
there
think-
you go.
I
You
think
just
that would
sold
be
it.
the
You're
thing.
doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
so
like
show
it might,
us.
like maybe not.
I mean,
so,
I'm sorry, by a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm managing temperature. So all I'm really doing is I'm opening the firebox, making sure the fire's good. I'm adjusting the
See, so
the
maybe
inlet and outlets.
maybe
that's
not
all I'm
like-
doing though. It's nothing interesting.
I mean, maybe you could do a live stream if people want to hang out and chat with you in the chat room. But I definitely see how that could work well as like an edited YouTube video.
Right. But you say it's
It would-
nothing interesting, but it's interesting to you, right? So
Yeah.
you're obviously not going to be the only person that finds it interesting. And yeah, I understand.
The
as a
interesting
long,
part for me is when I eat it.
well, isn't that true for?
But
everyone?
how is the slow like you're essentially performing an artistry, like you're doing your slow, careful preparation, and you're taking your time. I mean, it's no different than watching somebody paint something or make music or anything like that. Like if somebody has a passion for food, like you are going to attract that audience.
You're probably right, and I probably could
I'm
make
always
it work.
right.
It's just a lot of work for
It-
something that I
It
kind of
is.
just like to do
It
myself.
is. All you can tell by listening to our shows that all of the work goes into the production, and then we just wing it and have a
well,
good
it's
time.
about quantity, not quality, which is what I keep saying. Nate says he's always right, but what he really means is throw it at the wall and see what sticks.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much Mind of a Geek,
Right,
right?
and I only announce the ones that stick. So publicly, I'm always right.
Tell us about that
I don't know.
armor again.
What?
It's very loud and flamboyant.
That's right. And
It's supposed to be
right about that.
flamboyant. It's got flaming wings. It's supposed to be flaming.
I thought this was a perfectly good episode.
This was a great episode. He's not always right, but he's Nate, right? And being Nate makes you right.
Wait, we're doing a show?
We are. I've been playing Destiny this entire time.
I wouldn't be surprised. Have you really?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's why he didn't want to be on camera.
Right.
He has a
didn't wanna-
camera.
Yeah, no. It's
He's
just
a
because I started
fucking
drinking
liar.
at 8 a.m. and forgot to go buy a webcam when I realized that you hadn't sent
Well,
one.
yeah, because he sends me a message. He's like, "Hey, I hope that camera shows up today because I'm too drunk to get." And I'm like, "Fuck." It's been a lack of sleep between like iPhones and video games and.
You literally work at a post office.
Okay, I work at a processing plant. You can't ship or mail from. You ship or receive there.
I'm like 99% certain that there's a post office box there.
Yes, but no, actually there isn't. Not for parcels. You can't drop like there's a letter place where I can put the letters to get canceled and mailed out, but I can't do. No, they're really strict. They're really strict with mail. They're really strict with mailing parcels. Like a lot, like most of them, you have to do in person for terrorist purposes.
So what you're saying is you don't give a damn about your show or having me on webcam.
Dude, you know what? While having you on webcam would have been great. That picture is priceless.
Yeah, you're right. That is a good picture of me.
That picture is awesome.
I do look classy as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, we teased it to the people that were in the live chat before All Geeked Up started, and everybody liked it.
That's great.
So no, that is great. It works out well.
Can you post things to the live chat, like pictures?
I can.
Well, here.
Oh wait, no, not with Twitch. I don't think you can with Twitch.
Oh, that's too bad.
We can put it up.
Send you here, you know what? I'm gonna send you something, and you post it to wherever it is you can.
I'll post it on the Mind of a Geek Facebook page.
Sure, whatever. Where'd it go?
He is in the Discord. It's Tony. We were playing Destiny with him.
Yeah.
Hugo. I think what he's saying is you can post it in the Discord. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I could.
Post it in the under the podcast header. Post it on the Mind of a Geek hashtag.
I mean, or I can just send it to you and you can do whatever it is you want with it.
Right, but if you post it, you get notoriety for it.
I don't give a shit. There. Those are the ribs that I made today.
Where'd you send it? Okay, Facebook Messenger. I just got it. See, I just got it. Right there.
Yeah, so put it wherever it is you're going to put it.
I don't think you want to know where I'm going to put it.
Surprise me.
Hey, I can take it. Wait a second.
Hey, you dirty bitch.
Low and slow.
All right. Well, on that note, yeah. So if you are playing Destiny on PC and you want to run with us, obviously we have a good time. Yeah, you can go to tiny.cc/IGS Lounge tiny.cc/IGS Lounge. That will put you in the Inked Geek Studios and Inked Geek Gaming Discord channel, which is where we're always hanging out when we're doing the Discord. You can look up Inked Geek Gaming on the Discord clan or on the Destiny Clan Finder, and submit or request an invite, and we will invite you to the clan. It's about 15, 16 strong now. So it we're doing pretty good. We're almost clan level 2. I mean, there are some clans that are higher level, people that play on console and stuff like that. We're just getting started with PC Tuesday, so.
My God!
What?
that picture that Hugo just posted, by the way, is 100% your character in Destiny.
Oh, I'm scared. Hugo, put it in the Discord. Put it under Destiny in the Discord, I guess. I don't care, whatever. As long as it's appropriate. As long as it's appropriate for it.
That is amazing.
Yeah, Hugo can throw shit together pretty quick. It's on the chat.
That makes me proud to be an American.
Well, there are a few things left to do that these days. So,
sorry. Go ahead. You can go ahead with your closing.
No, that's it. So yeah, if you want to play Destiny with us, yeah. Other than that, I mean, yeah. I mean, join Geek Gaming anyway. If you're a streamer, if you like multiplayer gaming, there's a lot of people who play a lot of things. We've got about 6 people in our streamer group right now. So if you want to run with us, you can follow Inked Geek Gaming on Twitter. And then none of us are partner, so we don't have like a Twitch group, but we all kind of do our thing. So it's pretty cool. Daryl, who was in the chat for a while, the AXS Reaper, he flies along with MZ. He also does the Inked Geek Gaming. Obviously myself and Hugo, Dice Tomato, and then we've been recruiting some. So it's a fun group. And we're always streaming and always having a good time. But yeah, I think that's it. Other than that, if you like this particular show, you can catch Mind of a Geek live every Friday night at 9.
I don't see why they would.
Mind of a Geek live every Friday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time at twitch.tv/InkedGeekStudios. There will be no show next week, however, as Brandon and
I'm that good.
As Brandon and I will be at a local wrestling event. It'll be the last one of the year.
Did you see it?
What? Oh my. Yeah, don't post that. What the fuck? Seriously? Hugo,
oh man.
Wow. Like
100% accurate.
No, that's too good. No, I can't even be mad at that.
No, you suck dick for money. I mean, it's obvious.
I can't be mad at that. I don't know. Yeah, so no show next week because we will be at Limitless Wrestling. We will, however, return on 10th with Paul Sismo from the Varmints podcast. And then November is going to, let's see here. We're going to go with Ryan Elliott on the 17th. JF Dubois returning to promote his upcoming book the day after Thanksgiving on the 24th. And then
I just have one last thing to say.
We go into December. We've got Mike TV on the 1st, and then Tawny Plattis from the Dirty Bits podcast to close out the season on December 8th. So, again, follow along live if you want. You obviously if you're listening on the podcast, you've obviously heard the interaction with the chat room. So if you can make it on Friday nights, definitely do that. Again, that web address is twitch.tv/AintGeekStudios. Tony, you said you had one more thing to say.
Yeah, this is from the heart, really. Annalise, just like Kinnan, he is a beautiful man. That's it.
Kinnan I think he's in the chat.
Kinnan is a beautiful, beautiful man.
But he's there.
I said it.
Kinnan is a beautiful man.
That's it.
Yeah. That's how we close
That's
the show.
all you need to hear.
And scene.
And scene. Tony, this was a blast, man. I appreciate you popping your podcast cherry and coming on.
I'll be on the show anytime you want, buddy.
Cool. Well, I appreciate it, man. This was a lot of fun.
Anytime you need filler, I'm your guy.
Well, based off of what's being assumed about me, apparently I need filler quite often.
You need to be filled up all the time. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Giggity, giggity. But yeah, no, seriously, this was a ton of fun, dude. I appreciate you coming on and spending your Friday. Well, I guess it's like your Friday afternoon.
No, it's 8:30 at night.
Well, it is now, but we started when it was like
6:30.
Yeah, so like evening-ish.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It's good fun.
I mean, the one downside is that when I go to work and I need to listen to a podcast, now I can't listen to this one because I can't stand to hear myself on recordings.
Yeah, I've gotten more used to it. Actually, getting the Hiles made it easier because it sounds more like us and less like a recording of us. But it's still, I don't like to hear myself talk because I say some stupid shit. And
I thought you were always right.
I don't like to hear it. I am, but sometimes being correct is stupid.
You infallible idiot.
Nailed it.
On that note, thank you very much to everyone who hung out live in the chat room. As always, you guys nailed it tonight. And Tony made the joke of from the heart. But seriously, I mean, I don't know if we say it enough, but the live chat room is really a huge part of this show, if not one of the biggest parts of the show. We love you guys. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, straight from the dick.
Straight from the dick.
Our tip to yours.
From our tip to yours.
I'm talking about docking. I'm talking about penis in the foreskin.
Penis in the wow.
That is some Rick and Morty. That's what that is.
Everyone that is celebrating Halloween on Tuesday, or if you are in one of those weird cities that like does it on the weekend because it's safer.
You stop that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's Halloween. It's meant to be terrifying.
As a parent with kids, well, I guess I'm not a parent if I don't have kids. As an adult with kids,
as a parent without kids, that's tragic. That's tragic.
No, as an adult with kids, I actually wish Portland was one of the cities that like did Halloween on Saturday night.
Trunk or treat. They do that.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, but fuck that. Survival of the fittest.
No, like
the kid who swallows too many marbles doesn't grow up to have kids of his own.
Well, no.
I'm not too proud to say that I've never done a bag snatch.
No, like no. I'm not concerned with like the safety risk. Like that's mostly like scare tactics. I'm just saying like I don't want my kids out trick or treating at past 8 o'clock on a school night.
That's why you go with them.
Yeah, I think 8 o'clock now is the cutoff.
Oh, is it the cutoff? Oh, okay.
Because I remember going out way later than that.
I remember trick-or-treating until like 1 in the morning.
Things are a lot different now.
This is also Southern California.
Yeah, no, it was. I was never a big fan of trick-or-treating because it's Maine and it's cold, so you were never Batman. You were Batman in a winter coat.
Jacket, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And I was always like, just save me the walk and buy me the candy. It's cheaper than the costume anyway.
Right. And where I grew up, you had to drive from house to house, so what the fuck fun is that?
Oh, well, it's Maine in October anyway. You drive from house to house anyway with the heat on.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, you people.
What do you mean, you people?
White people.
I ain't white. Fuck you.
Yeah, it says your cowboy hat.
I'm Native American, bitch.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking Chavez over here. Oh.
Hashtag everything white people ever say.
Jesus, even if we turn our light off, we get trick or treaters at 10 o'clock. Yeah, no, my house is dark on Halloween. We don't do the candy
Nobody's
thing.
coming up here anyway.
No, it's a dark.
I give out unwrapped razor blades.
At least you know what you're getting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't try to hide it in candy.
Hey, fuck you, kid.
All right, before we get too inappropriate, let me at least end the show. All right. Thank you again, everyone. For Tony, for Brandon, for myself, and for the rest of Inked Geek Studios, which basically includes one other person. Thank you all very much for listening. And we will see you guys in 2 weeks trying to get to my soundboard. Bye. You've been listening to an Inked Geek Studios podcast. For this and other great shows, go to inkedgeekstudios.com.